To be fair, I drink maybe a bottle of water a month, and the rest of the time, it's all Monster. It's all Monster.
Awful.
If I put my arm up over my head and do the little, the twirly sound, I'm a little teapot. Well, don't be a little teapot. That's exactly what it is. Psychologically, that is exactly what it is.
I'd have to agree with Big Smoke on this one.
I see both sides of you guys, to be honest.
Okay, all right. So okay, get the debate goes on.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. This is your closer-in-chief for the check-in. I've been sitting here going over the employee handbook. After going through it with Tech and his onboarding process, it seems that our section on conflict resolution in the workplace has been, let's say, edited by, I assume, Jolly Green, as the entire segment has been removed and replaced with a hand-drawn picture of a character that looks almost exactly like him, karate chopping a ninja that's attacking him. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to dig through the old files and see if I can't find an old copy to replace that with. In the meantime, head on over to the break room and meet up with the rest of the crew as we go over Tech's day job, as well as the different opinions between Big Smoke and I as far as how to handle a workplace security incident. And hey, if you're currently at work washing dishes, I want you to stop what you're doing, dry your hands, and hit those like and subscribe buttons. This one's for you.
Welcome to Nightwatch, everybody. I am your closer-in-chief here with my wonderful co-hosts, Big Smoke,
Hey.
Jolly Green,
Hello.
and Tech.
How's it going?
How are you boys doing today? What's our gripes, concerns for the week? How's work been?
Underpaid and underfucked.
I feel that one, man. In the bones, man. In the bones, I feel that one.
I don't know.
Particularly one bone in general, but yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Well, yeah, because you're overpaid and overfucked. So, I mean,
I am thoroughly tired after fucking, so I have no problem. You guys just need to enforce your will. I don't know what the hell's wrong with y'all, man. There's too many women out there who are obviously just giving it up for free.
do you mean
excuse.
enforce your will or impose your will?
No, enforce it. Enforce it. Just look. I don't have to impose it because that's wrong, and some would consider that me too. No, it's just
I'm saying that enforcing would be the wrong hashtag me too bit, because if you're enforcing something, that means you're backing it up with force.
no.
But if you're imposing your will, then that means that you're through sheer presence. Throwing a lot of plosives out there right now.
No, I want to say enforce, because this. You want it. You want to get down. You want
so
to
that's
have
imposing your
imposing is like,
will.
Here, you will. No, I'm more, look.
Enforce means or else.
or else. You get it or you don't.
I kind of get where he's going with it.
Yeah, you get it.
I understand where you're coming from. I just think for the audience's sake, if say they're not as accustomed as I am to speaking with you on these long nightly conversations.
If you've been following this podcast any number of moments, I'll tell you straight up, hey, it's gonna happen or it's not. It's gonna happen or it's not. And if you don't want it to happen, then kindly go your way.
Right.
What was that the other night? You were like, looking and whatever, and she's like, "What are you looking at?" And you were like, "Don't fuck around, bitch." You know what's up.
I'm supposed to call women bitches.
I'm sorry.
I've gotten out of doing that.
You're gonna alienate our 0.1% of our
I'm
audience.
sorry, wonderful, beautiful ladies of the podcast.
I get caught looking every now and again. I get a little focused. I start looking, and I got caught a couple of days ago. And she asked me straight up, "Hey, what do you look?" She kind of gave me the sign. "Hey, what are you looking at?" Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm fucking looking at. you know what I'm looking at. The question you should be asking yourself, do you like that I'm looking at it? If you don't, then, well. But, I'm looking. There's just too many. Wait a minute. I'm too old to do this. I'm looking, but I'm not looking. I'm pretending not to looking, and then when you look away, I'm really looking. No, I'm looking. I'm interested. I want it. Do you want to give it? If you do, hello. My name is Big Smoke. My car's right over there.
If not,
you
have a good day.
Yeah, see you next time when I'm looking at you. You know?
If not, it'll be $3 if you want
to. I'm not playing this game. I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know young men have been browbeaten over the head and face with this. I want you to approach. I don't want you to approach. I want you to say hi. You're too fat to come say hi. You don't make enough money. You're not tall enough.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All this other crap, all these other provisos and shit tests that young ladies have put upon young men to the point where guys are not approaching at all. They've been browbeated into nothingness.
Yeah.
And then when an old fat cat like me comes around, it's like, hey, how you doing? No, don't act like that. I mean, come on now. You know you want to. Look, see, hey, how about a smile? You want a smile? There you go. What's going on?
You're not supposed to tell him to smile anymore.
You're not supposed to, but Big Smoke will tell you, hey, come on, just a little one, right around the corners of the mouth. See, that wasn't hard at all.
So I think one of the big things that I read recently was in regards to that. People got it twisted because back in the day, they're like, oh, men should approach. That was what men used to do back in the day. Like, no, actually, women usually gave some kind of sign. Right?
Non-verbal cue.
Yeah, non-verbal, exactly. Dropping a handkerchief to give the guy an excuse to approach them. In ancient Greece, it was tossing somebody an apple. And
just a mere lifting up your skirt to show your ankles. That used to be a telltale sign too.
Yeah, very direct eye contact and some form of communication or signal was, hey, here's your excuse to come over and approach me. And now it's like, women. I'm not going to say they don't, but obviously it's a generalization. Women aren't doing those kinds of things anymore, but still expecting guys to come over and approach them, but they're not giving the right cues. So they're failing in that, emotional intelligence quotient.
Well, that's like coming up to a lady and you're like, hey, how's it going? You looking good today? And they're like, I'm fine. You know what I mean? And you walk away and she's like, oh, that's it? Yeah, you just plainly put it. You're fine. You know what I mean? You're good. No, she wants you to badger. Well, I don't want to badger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They want you to persistently pursue, but
that skirts
only
the line.
If they want it.
Yeah, that skirts the line too close to getting the police called. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Way too
You're
close.
supposed to figure out when, how.
Yeah.
And
I love you should have just known what I wanted.
I'm not a fucking mind reader.
I'm not a fucking mind reader. I'm not
Mel Gibson movie. What women want.
Yeah, I'm not Xavier. I don't know what the fuck you want. Just tell me straight up. Do you want it? Or do you want this or not? Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, see, your anxiety spiking. Calm down the jury leg. Shaking the floor with shaking all the mics.
I thought Big Smoke was giving me showed me the ankle. You know what I mean? Like, do you see that?
My nonverbal cue was a stop shaking your freaking leg.
I really
stretch your leg out. All right, massage around your knee.
You just get me to do stuff, or is this really supposed to help?
This is really going to help.
Okay.
How much coffee have you had today?
Yes.
How much water have you had today?
No.
Okay.
And here's our nutrition phase of the podcast.
This is me taking care of my team phase. Good?
Yeah, that's all right. I felt good, too.
Good.
Can someone else do it?
I'll do it with my knife. I got my knife out. I'll make sure your leg don't do that.
Hey, like I said, how much you paying?
You might bleed out. Touch your leg. What's wrong, folks?
I got a $20 bill.
It's too low.
Oh, damn. Well, you're too high class.
Yes,
I can't afford to take. too high class.
You gotta pay for quality.
Exactly.
I guess. You pay for what you get.
So, Tech, we've been dominating the conversation here. You're the only one that works outside of the place where we all work at. So how's your work week been?
It's a zoo. It's a zoo. I mean, in healthcare, in hospital, you expect people to be doing things in best interest of your community and on a daily basis when you see the opposite, but you do see some good in it. But
Let's say, yeah, you would assume, you'd be working with people that have a lot of sympathy and empathy and wanting to get into the healthcare industry for a sense of good. But then you remember that they went to school for however many years or, at least, on the job training and work to get into a position, to get into there in the first place, which that takes a very selfish level of grind and self-interest.
I was in a class.
Plus all that debt.
I was in a class of 32. Got to intimately know the the ambitions of all those students. And I was 25 years older than all the other students. So all I got to hear was, yeah, I'm not going to work no McDonald's job. I'm going to do this and I'm going to make $27 an hour. And some of our teachers, some of the classes were, look, hey, this is how you build rapport with the patient. Nah, screw that. $27 an hour, and I'm not working more than 8.5 hours. I mean,
you would think you get into a field like that. That's paramedics, police, medical personnel. You think you would do it, or I would personally do it, because I want to be. Those are real life heroes that should be held to. These guys are God given. You know what I mean? But a lot of times when you're referring to your community. Patients as well, correct?
Oh, yes. That's exactly what I mean.
Just right now, we're having a problem with...
After all the back and forth, you didn't even disable the alarm?
I need help.
We just talked about that. Not 5 minutes before we hit the record button.
All alarms are desactivated.
You cannot make this stuff up.
I should leave these parts in just so people understand why I pick on it.
why my blood pressure is so high.
But my blood pressure is not high.
No.
I'm actually very good at compartmentalizing and stress reduction.
No, my blood pressure is really high. The other night, he had to calm me down. I had me a nice little panic attack. Heart started racing. I was like, touch my heart. He was like, okay. He was like, that's a little high.
Well, dude, you eat wrong, you drink wrong, and you internalize all this excess, stimuli. Of course your shit's all over the place.
I got a bad heart, too.
Well, I got a bad heart.
You're not adding any points to yourself.
Yeah.
See, if you have one disadvantage, then you need to be working around that for all the other advantages.
You don't compound on it.
Yeah.
But as we were saying, you would think that they would, we're having trouble right now, mother-in-law going to the ER. And they get her in. There's something plainly wrong. She hasn't eaten in days. She's throwing up constantly. They give her this medicine to help with the dizziness. She has a vertigo right now. And they said that's a lifelong thing. You can't get rid of it. They give her medicine. Well, that's what they said. They give her medicine. It's motion sickness medicine. Legit. It's called car relief or something like that. It's not helping.
Yeah.
We send her there I got home from work. We got out at 3. 4 or 5 o'clock, they called and was sending her home. I'm like, that makes no sense. But you would think that you want to join that job, a certain, as I said, police, paramedic, medical worker, anything like firefighter.
Typically for selfless reasons.
For selfless reasons. And I think a lot of doctors especially, I feel like it's just, I'm here for the fucking paycheck. And that's it.
Okay, doctors on average are in school for 12, 14 years, dude. They're not in it for the sympathy.
No.
It's hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt and everything else they got to pay off.
They're going to be broke until they're well into their 50s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's if they can find a job in their career field these days, because a whole generation brought up on, you're going to become a doctor or a lawyer, pick one.
So here,
and everything else is beneath you.
Yeah.
So here's my problem as a former medical professional. You're not going to find out what's wrong with that person in the first session or even this third session. It's going to take a series of elimination tactics to find out exactly what's wrong with a person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't just take their word for it either, because so many people will lie for drugs.
I need a Benz.
No, I'm serious. The patient was like, hey, I remember this one patient. It cracks me up. Okay. He came in and his blood pressure was erratic. And we was like, hey, I'm going to ask you right now, no embarrassment. Are you taking any kind of nitro or anything like that? Maybe to get, the pitch of 10 or something. No, man, I'm not doing that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm going to give you some, because your blood pressure's irregular and we need to spike it. So we're going to give you this stuff that usually men of your age are taking, to rise to the occasion. Are you telling me you don't take this stuff? Yeah, man, I'm straight. Okay, you give him the first dose and his blood pressure just hits the freaking pavement because he is taking it. He lied to you, but he was just too embarrassed to tell you that, I'm taking the little blue pills.
Yep.
Yeah, if there's anybody you don't want to lie to, it's fucking doctor.
It's the guy who's got that shit in his hand ready to put it in your veins. And then you're like, oh crap, then everybody's got to get the defibrillator because you're literally, your heart's going to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you find out the first time that the guy's taking blue pills, and then you got to get him off of it to see how his blood pressure is regulated. Woo-sa!
But you can tell which ones.
No,
I'm gonna try, and there's not a. I mean, no. I don't mean patience. No. I don't mean patience. Like you said, it takes 2-3 sessions to get it going, and I understand that totally. You're not a miracle worker. You need to figure out what's going on so you can properly administer the right medication or help that they need. So some people are like, well, what the fuck can't you find out what's wrong with me? Give them time. But then there's definitely ones that you can tell, doctors, that just don't give a fuck. But but not patience. Patience will do anything. Yeah.
Okay. It goes both ways, though.
Yeah.
I did not like being a nurse simply because the environment. I mean, I thought I was going to be a male nurse, have a little fun, do the job. I like helping people. It's a grind every day, and I'm not talking just the patients. I'm talking about your coworkers. It's a like 98% female dominated area. Mm-hmm. So you get one guy in there, and they're either going to like him or they're going to try to destroy him, either by reputation or various things. You say hello the wrong way. Yeah. You look too long. Or you don't look at all.
Yeah, someone really hate that.
And it's just like you're walking that tightrope. That's just people. That's not even patience. They're not. The atmosphere is lost. Yeah. So like I was saying, it's the environment. The environment is screwed up that way. So when you get to the patients, I mean, and there's so many different ways to describe it. Patient, I got this problem. Okay, what's wrong? Well, it hurts when I do this. Well, how often do you do this? Well, not often. Then why are you here? If you only
don't do that.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to say that, right? Don't do that. If I put my arm up over my head and do the little, the twirly sound, I'm a little teapot. Well, don't be a little teapot.
Man, my knees just really fucking hurt after skiing all day. Well, then fucking maybe don't ski all day. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, those ski passes are expensive. So
I'm like, one of my messed up memories is when I was dealing with a patient who was extremely diabetic. We're talking like red line diabetic. I was sitting in a room with her, and the doctor says, "Hey, look. You gotta stop drinking soda. You got to. You're about to lose toes. We're gonna have to take you. We've been irrigating your foot for who knows how long. You still might lose some toes. You need to stop." And she's sitting there crying. I understand, doctor. I understand. I saw her 3 weeks after that.
Drinking a can of Coke.
They're taking her to surgery. They're cutting her foot off because it's starting to turn black. So they're cutting her foot off to save her leg. You know what she had in her hand on the way to the surgery? She had Coke in her hand.
I mean, even just to the lesser extreme, I know a couple of girls that are, kidney stones every like 3 to 6 months. And it's like, hey, maybe lay off the sweet tea and the Mountain Dew. Yeah. All they fucking drink all day, every day. Sweet tea and Mountain Dew, man.
And it's not like we don't tell you, hey, look. That's why we tell you, hey, look, if you can catch that deposit that comes out of the urethra, that's why we give you the little piss thing. I know it's embarrassing. Pee through this filter, catch the stone so we can analyze it to see exactly what kind of deposit it is. And we can tell you what you're drinking that will stop, don't drink this and you will not have kidney stones. Now, the answer that they'll always give you when you got a kidney stone is, hey, you need to drink water. You're not drinking enough water. Water is the answer. You drink water, kidney stones will stop. They don't do it. And then 6 months later, they're back. And you're like, what are you drinking? Well, no, I don't know. Tell me, what are you drinking? And then, of course, half the time they're lying to you. Well, I don't know what's going on. I drink what you guys do. You're drinking water. Well,
it's got water in it.
Most of the time, you're like,
one glass, once out of the whole week.
Yeah, once a month I'll drink water.
To be fair, I drink maybe a bottle of water a month, and the rest of the time it's all Monster. It's all Monster.
Awful.
Yeah, but I've never had a kidney stone. I've never had any kind of heart issues. It's
cumulative. Builds over time, bro.
Oh, I'm sure, but I've been at this for a good solid
Hey.
year.
Yeah, and guess what? When it hits you, it's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah.
Your number will come up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm weaning off of them now. I mean, at first it was the sleep issues last year, late last year, but that was still understaffing issues. I had to be up for work regardless. So,
Chief, you're lying. I seen you the other day slam 2 2-hour energies.
I sent 1 5-hour energy and a monster. And that was because I hadn't had any caffeine at all, and that was actually worse for me.
We care for you. That's why we're telling
once
you
you
this.
decide to finally give up on that caffeine drop, your body's going to.
I remember that.
Oh,
day.
I know.
I remember that day. He's like, "Hey, what are the symptoms
of caffeine withdrawal?" Because what was it? I was waiting for my shipment of Monster. I had ordered the cases to come in and everything, and I'm saving up for the apartment, so my money's all tied up right now, So what I had on hand was Dr. Pepper. So I grabbed 2 cans of Dr. Pepper and went into work. That's what I had. I had to fucking do it. So where my normal daily caffeine intake is somewhere between 1,200 to 1,500 milligrams a day, I was running on about 150, so about a tenth of what I normally consume, and I was just like going through, not even through water, like through sand, and still was keeping up on the ovens. But yeah, that was a rough day. My brain was all foggy. I couldn't make decisions quickly, and it was very hard to give a damn about a lot. So even Boss Man, who's notorious penny pincher as well. Not quite to Big Smoke's level, but very, very much worth mentioning. I was like, he sent a driver to the store to get me energy drinks because it was that bad.
Yeah,
that is pretty bad.
Get this man an energy drink now.
Seriously.
Stat.
Get him a Monster, Rio Punch.
Stat.
It really did look like he was like on a quarter speed of what he usually was.
Yeah. But
you walk by him and it's not obvious, but he was like staring at shit just a little too long. Like
he was looking through.
I would say, he's looking at you, but he's not looking at you. He's looking through
my
you.
My ping rate was real high.
into the ether.
But so, they brought me a Monster that kind of helped, and I'm like, all right, listen, this is what I need. I need a triple shot killer brew Monster, and I need a 5-hour energy shot. Down the Monster, and within like half an hour I was back to normal. So I know what my body needs.
Yeah,
but yes, I do know that there
addiction.
is I do know there is a cumulative effect. So I am dialing it back. I'm down from 4 monsters a shift to 3 monsters a shift, and here in a couple of weeks I'm going to bump that down to 2 a shift. That's a shift. It used to be 8 a shift, 10 a day. So I am down. Cutting it down slowly over time.
Hey, Tech, what's your particular poison of choice?
To be honest, I started curbing pop. Mostly anything sugary drinks. Because the only things I usually drank was pop, water.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Never really got into Monster Energy. Don't really care for the smell nor the taste. I did get stuck on Rain for a while.
No, the ones with like the Spartan helmet on the cans. Okay, yeah.
Rainwater?
No.
I
got you.
Yeah, I never heard of it technically, but as you guys were talking, I got the
gotcha.
verbal cues. The verbal cues.
It's Rain spelled REIGN. Rain, like a.
It's got a crown on it. That's what it is.
Is it a crown? I could have sworn it was like a. No, maybe.
Yeah, it's like it's a helmet shape, but it looks more like a crown than a Spartan helmet.
I tried that. I didn't like the taste either.
The ghosts.
Didn't care for that.
Oh man, they got the Sour Patch Kids and the Swedish Fish one. Oh.
Now, see, anything that says, it has
it's like a crown with the faceplate.
Yeah.
Says like it has, let's say, Skittles taste pink or red Skittles.
Yeah.
Color. Never to me tastes like
the actual product.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ends up instantly being worse.
Now, I will say with those Ghost energy drinks, though, it definitely, to me, the Skittles ones in particular tasted like melted Skittles.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
the Starburst one tastes like Starburst.
I've never tried the Skittles one, but I've tried the Sour Patch Kids. The Sour Patch Kids taste really similar. The blue Sour Patch, not a fan of, but the red one, that's.
But aren't you really just getting the sour taste with sugar? Couldn't you say that about anything that's supposed to be Sour Patch Kids?
Pretty much. I was
Big
on
Smoke holding up his Blue Edition
Red Bull. Red Bulls, I got really bad into them. I was drinking like 8 a night. And believe it or not, you can go through caffeine overdose.
Yes,
Yeah.
you could.
And I did anything
I don't believe
caffeine
you.
that would touch. Oh, there for the longest
We
time.
have to test this theory.
I
Yeah.
didn't touch anything caffeine because I remember taking, it was meds,
Mm.
like I don't know, it was something stupid just for like a cough or something. It had the littlest caffeine. Hands will start going. I'll start having panic attacks. Could not drink caffeine, pop, tea, anything like that for the longest time.
Until it clears your system.
Until it clears your system. But yeah, I messed myself up on that. And
Yeah, I will
you
say
gotta be careful.
I will say that back when I was still a driver and I was running dangerously low on sleep, I think I was on my like fourth or fifth 14-hour shift in a row. I was running on like 2 hours of sleep, and I'm driving on the road, feeling eyelids getting real heavy, and obviously that's a dangerous
That's
situation.
dangerous.
So I'm like, all right, I need to do something about this. And it was my first time ever trying a 5-hour energy shot, and yeah, I downed that real quick and was sipping on a Monster afterwards, and I remember the feeling of it felt like somebody stapled my eyelids open, like it hurt to blink to have my eyes closed for that long. It's just like something. It was like forcing my eyes away, and yeah, the jitteriness, the shakiness, and my vision felt like you'd see in like in movies when somebody's going through like a panic attack or something. Where it's like that flittering in and out of focus effect.
Yeah.
That's what what the world felt like for like a good hour and a half, and then even after that, man, I started to get towards that end of that crash, and so yeah, I ended up having to go home early that night. But
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
it's a slippery slope.
I've gone from 4 Red Bulls a night to maybe 2,
Mhm.
depending on how much sleep I've had before that, but no more than 2 now.
Yeah.
Because I remember a friend of mine, she had her head on my chest and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" Because your heart is going thump, 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 thump. I'm like, "Really?" And then I was like, taking my own pulse, and I was like, "Holy shit, am I having a heart attack?" I'm like, "Oh, please don't let it be a heart attack." Turns out I just had too many Red Bulls.
No. See, I've always been told that I have a very low heart rate. So like, I want to say it's like somewhere in the ballpark of like 70 to 75 beats per minute is my normal resting heart rate. And I mean, like, it's not as low as I've heard some people's get, like real low, like about to crash out low.
75 is not that bad for a 30-something-year-old man. Now, when you start getting into like 61, 60, yeah, that guy's almost dead.
That's like a lizard laying on a rock. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a heart going thump, thump. Like, nay. It's like where you hear the pause, not the heartbeat. That's when you know, oh, shit, this man, get the defibrillator. He's about to kick it.
I know when I was going through MEPS at 18, I was the nurses there taking all my vitals and stuff was like concerned. She's like, your blood pressure's fine, but your heart rate's real low. So whatever you got going on in there, it's swinging like a sledgehammer. It's just going nice and taking its time.
Yeah, you want the sweet spot. You really do.
Read something about what was it cross country skiers, cyclists, stuff like that. They have
really low,
heart.
really low. Because swimmers too, because they can pump that oxygen
really effectively.
and
Yeah.
keep that lactic acid out of their joints and just keep on pushing. It's a God, I dated a gymnast one time, and I swear to God, her heartbeat. I thought she was dead half the time, but she could really, like when we were like running, like because she ran as much as I did at the time, and I was running, and she'd be like, and her running pace, it seemed like she was a gazelle. She was just bouncing along, and here I'm like, and she's like, doom, 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 like a deer.
Yeah.
And then after we're done working out, I'm like, hey, look, check this. Her heart's like just like a rhythm. She was a peak athlete. It was incredible. Me, I'm gassed out. I'm dying. Like,
she quite literally wasn't missing a beat.
No, she really wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's genetics. It's a whole host of things, man. Because she was down. She could do it all. Me, I'm like, I was almost dying at 21.
I know in tech school in the Air Force, man, I was running a 10-minute mile and a half, so it'd be about a 7-minute mile.
Yeah, it's garbage. But okay,
I was an airman, not a Marine. Okay, that's better shape than I was in before, man.
I'm sorry, that was ego. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's tech, man. I couldn't run to the car and keep my heart rate down when we were kids.
Yeah.
But
coming from the Marine that eats nails for breakfast.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I was chair force, man. But I was good shape for chair force.
I get it. I couldn't run up a flight of stairs now. So I'm bragging about years long gone.
I mean,
not the present.
You can run up the stairs, but it
No,
better be like a 30-minute, like a 15-minute pause after.
No. It's just those like porch steps where it's like 3 stairs. You know.
Yeah, it's like I look at the stairs and go, I gotta go up the stairs.
I do that a lot. I pull to the house and I'm like, God damn it, that's so. There's this one where it's like, yeah, it's in the back. It's row after row, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I do not like stairs. I mean,
but even in tech school, I was smoking about a pack and a half a day and running a 7-minute mile.
That's my poison. Coffee and
cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm working on the cigarettes though. I did smoke for the longest time.
Classic 60s office gentleman.
Yeah. And then
got you a glass of scotch too at the end of the work.
Forced life choices made me have to quit everything, and then.
Man, I wish I had taken the opportunity after basic training to just stay quitting. You know, 8 weeks, 2 months of just no smoking. I could have held out, but I didn't.
I smoked when I was younger. What got me?
So what stops you now?
Because I don't.
That pause was nice.
Because I don't want
that pause was nice.
that pause will survive the edit floor, but you know.
I'm just saying.
That was a really good pause. I felt that pause.
But yeah, when I was younger, I smoked Eagle 20s.
Oh, God.
Cowboy killers. You know what I mean? And
God, those tastes like
I was like, I'm gonna stop.
Asphalt fucking pavement.
I'm gonna stop, and I got horrible headaches, and that's what made me quit. I was like, I ain't doing that. Went for like a week with bad headaches, just laying around, and then I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that again.
I tell you what, I did actually quit for about a month last year, and then everybody quit, and then it was working 18-hour days, being the only manager. It's a lot of stress.
Yeah. A bit of off topic, but the worst deliveries, not the worst, but one of the worst deliveries is the hospital. Right close to work, and then that nursing home down below. It's either they're real nice or they're real super disrespectful. The last one I went on, sitting there, I'm like, "Did you order pizza?" She's on her phone, couldn't bear to answer me, and I'm like,
"Hey, I got a job to do. I'm on the clock here."
Hello, yeah, hello. And she's like, "Yeah, just put it down." I'm like, "Alrighty." And that was the nursing home, and I was like, "God, I'd love to." Fucking bells are going off and shit. She's just like, "Yeah, I'll get to it."
Now, back to when you guys asked me, how I am with work and everything. I do want to say I have met some phenomenal people between nurses and doctors and aides. There are still people out there, I want to make this clear, that do it for more than just their paycheck.
Absolutely.
But I do run into the majority, it seems, that you can just tell. I make $26, $27 an hour, and that's all I'm here to do is make my wage. Mm. It's like, okay, well, that person down there on the end still needs you to come answer their call light, and I'm not doing it, so...
and sometimes that call light can be somebody who's just, abusing the system.
Oh, yes.
But unfortunately, it's like same as our job, too. It's like you really just see some of the worst of humanity, and it just makes you so jaded. And then I always feel that slightest tinge of not guilt, but like pity for their situations. Like I'm sorry that I have to, basically not trust you because everybody else in this town is untrustworthy, and you may be the one good one out of the bunch, but I can't treat you different because
I'm not going to take that leap.
It bites you in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you kick yourself in the ass. You're like, I just shouldn't have.
Meanwhile, I'm just zoned out, just listening and chiming in when I can.
You're doing good, Ted.
Got it. I've got some.
Smoke. Pick it up.
He's gonna hit you one of these days, and it's gonna be funny.
You wouldn't dare hit me, would you? I'm like the nicest
person. For the listeners, the view that was just shown.
I was like I'm like the nicest person you know.
You know how I feel about Han Solo, so that dude shot first. I
don't know. I think Guido shot first.
And subscribe, everybody. Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. Han Solo shot first.
I really keep forgetting to be on top of that, man. We really got to put. It's like it's our one bottleneck right now. It's our big bottleneck right now.
Also, we really need people to ring the bell to get notified.
Yeah.
Look, for me, it's like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and hello, my nemesis. I know you're out there, and you're going to be talking to your husband about how much of an asshole I am.
And hello, Stephanie, and all the other workers.
My number one coworkers that listen to us.
Hi, guys.
Love you, sister. But look, I I can't really be upset with it because that's the reason why I got into the job, because I wanted to get paid more than the average Joe. But then when I got into nursing, I was like, okay, get paid, do the job, make money. And then I was like, these people, some of these cats are down and out.
Yes.
Down and out. And then you have to save yourself from falling into that black hole of, I just want them to get better. I want them to not have pain,
But they're not willing to make that.
Like, I know this person is going to die.
Yeah, that's called audio feedback. That's what happens whenever the sound source gets too close.
Too close to the mic.
I've never heard. I mean, I've heard it before, but I didn't know that it could do that.
Okay.
I was like, watch, I'll blow your eardrums out.
No,
Jam it on there.
Flashbang.
I swear to God, we are learning every day on this job, dude. It's like, oh, don't do that. Hey, don't kick that table. Shoot, that sneeze was really loud over the microphone.
I learned Big Smoke might want to hit me.
Might.
I'm over the top paranoid. So as long as you don't do really stupid shit like swing at me over the blue, yeah, there's a chance you won't get hit.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I know, man.
Never again.
Yeah, never again. Yeah.
Until next time, it'll never happen again.
He pulled out and I could just see me going, get flipped.
Yeah, he was about to break your fucking wrist is what he was about to do. Yeah. That's I recognize that.
Yeah, it's called a wrist lock that almost happened to you. But like I said, he's friends. You don't harm or disable your friends.
Friend, not food.
Yeah,
he's friend, not food.
So
I'll have permanent T-Rex wrists after that,
man. Coming with a cast. What happened? Oh, Big Smoke.
Tried to give him a little love tap on the shoulder, and all of a sudden my arm was over the back of my head.
I did a thing. I should have did a thing.
Learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Routinely, our boss likes to run out packages to us in the middle of the night. He almost found out too.
I don't know if I think you heard. I know you heard the story, but I don't know if he's told you or not before. But about the night he was coming back from a delivery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, now he announces himself like from 10, 15 yards away. Hey, I'm coming.
Greetings.
I'm back here. Oh, hey, what's up, boss? Yeah, we do the eye to eye, and he gives me the and we switch off. Yeah, he doesn't do that anymore. I think he really saw that. Yeah, that was dangerous. Well, don't do that.
Hell, Chief, the other night, I'm dark, walking, pocket full of money, and all I hear is, "Hey, what you doing, boy?" And I'm like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
He's over in the bushes smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, God damn.
So we're by the dumpster smoking a cigarette. I see him coming walking back, and he's staring at his shoes, man. The whole walk over, man. And I'm like, oh man, so they think it back to my childhood, my dad teaching me situational awareness, because so my dad, when he taught it to me, I was out on a date. My first girlfriend, we went out to the movies. Still in high school, my dad drove us out of that and dropped us off. I called him for the ride, come pick us back up after the movie was done. So I'm standing out in the sidewalk in front of the theater, all the other people coming out of the theater around us and everything. And I'm looking around waiting to see my dad's car pull up. Here he had parked around the corner and was waiting over there. And when we weren't walking towards the car, he decided to get out and come find us. Well, he found me before I spotted him, and he comes walking right up behind me and just snatches me up by the back of the neck and says, "See, you weren't paying attention, were you?" Like, no, I was not. God damn.
How old were you at the time?
I was, high school, 14, 15?
Yeah, about then.
You're young enough to be scared to death.
Yes. Scared for my life, man.
That was funny because that story sounded very vaguely familiar, and I was like, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
I used to love playing jokes like that on my nieces and nephews, especially around Halloween. I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I got 13 of them. Now, we all used to get together and watch movies together and stuff like that. And we were watching one particularly scary movie. It was called Demon Night. And they were all watching the movie, so for Demon Night, I decided to go down to the store, and I got a demon mask. a big giant, red mask, fur. I mean, fangs with gore on it. And like in the middle of the movie, I go up and I go to the bathroom and I put the mask on and I flip the circuit breaker and then all the lights go out. Everybody's in the den, flicking the lights, trying to get, the lights come back on, the movie come back on. And then all of a sudden, I sneak into the room. It's pitch black. And then I get up real close to the nephew on the far end of the cuddle. And I just starts breathing real heavy. And he turns around and he can see the mask. Wow! Everybody gets screaming and hollering, running over each other, and then run to the other side of the house. It's dark, running over tables, knocking each other down. And I'm chasing them through the house, and like 3 of them peed themselves. It's like, they peed themselves, and then I turn the light back on, and then everybody starts chasing me around the house with sticks and brooms and stuff. Oh, it's a thing.
Core memory.
So I see you walking across a dark parking lot, staring at your shoes, and I'm like a good I don't know, like from the dumpster to that front corner. What did you say, about 20 yards?
20,
yeah,
no more than that.
Yeah, so just a quick little hey.
Yeah, enough to where I nearly grabbed the money out of my pocket, threw it on the ground, and just took off.
Just throw it the other way and run the opposite direction.
Yeah, like it's a hunk of meat. Just throw it, got it. You take off.
Well, look, I remember some of our young scholars was carrying around in excess of $100 in his pocket the entire shift. And I'm like, what do you?
That gets people robbed, and not just you. That's every other driver that goes to that spot from that point forward. It's
set the precedent for the area.
Yeah, it's like feeding bears, man. You don't do that shit.
It's like out there realize you got money. Yeah, they realize you got money, and they want to start trying to take it from you. And I don't want that to happen because I know what the policy is: give up the money. Big Smoke is not with that.
Yes, I'm the same.
Well, I mean, is your life really worth $80?
No, and neither is their life.
Right. So just give them the money. It's not coming out of your pocket. It's not like we're going to make you pay for it. You're literally insured up to the amount of whatever the delivery was plus that $20.
On paper, it makes sense to do that.
But internally,
I was about to say,
I ain't about to get stabbed for some scraps of paper, man. Is all I'm saying.
As much as I'm a skittish person,
that's not
okay. Obviously, for you nice, civilized young beings who
not nice nor civilized.
Okay, yes, you are, because you can make that kind of an argument with a straight face. You just give up the money. They're not going to hurt you. They just want the money.
No. Give up the store's money. I wouldn't give up my money.
Okay.
Like if somebody robs me and now my bills ain't getting paid,
that's
me. That's mine.
We're scrapping on
that. That's a distinction without a difference. It's money that you possess. Yeah. Someone comes up to you, they want it, and they're going to take it by force, and they want you to just simply roll over and expose your belly and submit. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Psychologically, that is exactly what it is.
I'd have to agree with Big Smoke on this one.
I see both sides of you guys, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay. Get the debate gloves on here.
As skittish as I am, I definitely would not give up the money. I mean, unless I was in dire straits. No.
Sit up for this one.
Uh-oh.
Knife hands, get ready. Takes a hit on the vape.
That's why that's out here.
Run safety sheet. Good old oven mitt. But no, all right. You say psychologically speaking, it's basically becoming submissive to somebody who's coming up to you with a deadly weapon. Because we assume that's the scenario, right?
Oh, we're going scenario-wise. Okay, scenario-wise.
God forbid they don't.
Scenario-wise.
Worse for them.
We won't even put it into the genre of our work. Just regular joke.
Oh, no, I was very specifically in the genre of work.
I know you're doing it, but it's easier if we can put this in the realm of every Jane and John on planet Terra.
Well, but that's my primary... Before you go rearrange the rules here.
Okay.
I'm saying that when it comes to the work money specifically.
Okay, work money specific. Job money. Go ahead.
Drop that on the ground. You let them have that, whatever, and go about your business. I agreed that if it's my money, You ain't taking it from me. I'm willing to scrap over what's mine. Store money's not mine. My responsibility temporarily, but certainly not worth getting stabbed over. But if I'm walking around, say, going to the grocery store, and I got $100 that's going to get me my groceries for the week, and somebody tries to take that, now not only am I losing out $100, but now my groceries for the week. You know, literally taking food out of my mouth at that point. Me and mine. You ain't having it.
Okay.
But if I'm coming back from a delivery with, you know, $50, yeah, that's fuck that. That's not. I'm responsible for it. But when you put in the guidelines, submissively pass that money over, then yeah, fucking take it.
And I'm telling you right now, that sounds good when you say it like that. Not my money. Here, take it. It's not. That's not the way your mind works. Your mind works fight, flight, freeze. Someone comes up to you. It's not your money. It's just money in your pocket, just sitting there keeping your thigh warm. Someone comes up to you and they have a weapon, gun, knife, whatever, you know, tinkly feather, whatever. He comes up to you and says, hey, look, I know you got money, player. You're going to give me that money. And your corporate policy brain is going, sure, it's not my money here. Take it. He takes the money and he goes, yeah, my money now. And he walks off or runs off or whatever. And you go, whew, that was close. That wasn't my money. That motherfucker robbed me. That's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to go directly into that. He robbed me. It's not your money. You've already come to terms with it. It's not your money. But right after that, after all that adrenaline dump comes in,
I see where you're going with it.
You're going, that motherfucker robbed me. He stole, and whether or not you can actually come to terms with that right away or later, you've just been traumatized, and it's going to stick. Trauma sticks no matter how light it is, and it's going to mess with you.
Yeah.
And you're going to want revenge. You're going to want justice. You're going to want that guy to pay for inflicting that amount of trauma on you.
I mean,
I would agree with Big Smoke.
Justice, sure. I'm absolutely a firm believer in justice.
Revenge,
I'm not a revenge guy.
I am.
I mean, like I said, it's not my money. It wasn't my money to begin with, so why would I seek out revenge?
Because it's you.
It's not even revenge. For me, it would be, like he said, in your head, someone else thought they could take advantage of me, and that's going to play in my head constantly. For me to be okay with that, I have to do something to counteract that to make my head be like, it's evened out. You don't have to worry about it. So not even being a vindictive or a violent person, just saying, like, that's going to stay in my head rent-free, and that is worse than...
I mean... So yeah, obviously there's the trauma. There's the things that you can learn from the event. You know, they literally teach you this shit in the videos and stuff. You know, don't go into poorly lit areas. Don't, you know, do this and that. You know, you stick to your flight path. Like, I'm not without my own traumas. I understand the concept of, you know, yes, that shit sticks with you. I mean, hell, I've discussed before. At 14, I was hit by a car. It took me 2 years, I think, after that, at least, before I was comfortable enough to cross the side or across the street without looking.
I would say that's being generous with the time period for you.
Right.
Okay. And that's as someone who was around you.
Yeah.
Do you still look both ways when you go out into the street?
Yeah, but I don't have to have it clear both ways for a mile in either direction before I cross the street.
He was pretty bad, though.
Do you ever not look?
No, I look every time.
Every time.
I mean, I looked the day I crossed. I just misjudged it and didn't stop in the middle of the road like I should have.
But you look now to verify now, though.
Yeah, like I said, the lessons stick.
It sticks.
But that's not. I didn't swear vengeance upon the guy that hit me.
No, you don't. But what I'm saying, the trauma has fixated something on you that has turned into a habit that you will never break based on what happened to you.
That's growth. That's a good thing. Don't do shit that puts you in danger.
I got hit by a truck too.
Yeah.
I never used to look. I look now. And I look twice. I look right. And I look again. And I look again. Because 6 months of physical therapy ain't no joke.
No.
I hated my therapist. He got me up and walking and running again. But I know why I was in that therapy session for 6 months. Because I got hit by a truck. And it stuck with me. It still sticks with me. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, oh shit, the truck. I'm like, I'm 55. I got hit when I was 30. And I'm like, oh shit, the truck. Because that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. Robbery and like forced armed robbery, that's a personal invasion on your personal space.
Yeah.
So, people, and for us civilized
so
people,
you won't let people get that close to you again.
What I'm saying. I'm a different story. deep into the paranoid realm. So to sneak up on me is,
kind of asking for
it. You're asking for it. I'm talking about the nice person who doesn't ever get into a fight or has never been like accosted or ever been put upon. I mean,
you can't protect every innocent fucking little Susie, Sally, and Jimmy that's never been robbed before.
What I'm saying is, you're underestimating the power of what negative effects have on someone taking something from you that you don't want to give up, even if you're told to just give it up.
So,
your natural instinct is not to.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
When something is taken from you and pulled from you, you're going to feel certain kind of ways.
But my point, though, is that right there, what you just said about 30 seconds ago, that's the key point that needs to be read. You're fighting instinct. Yes. Rewire the instinct. It shouldn't be, this is money, I have to fight for it. This is just paper. It's not worth my life. That way you can respond positively in the situation for the best potential outcome.
That's what
I'm not saying. I am not saying to be the victim. I'm saying don't potentially be in a worse situation trying to protect something that's corporately backed and insured.
You're rationalizing something that is
yes, that is what I do. I rationalize.
You can't rationalize instinct.
I'm a stoic. I guess I can't.
To be fair, there is danger inherent to both of your points.
Let's hear
With what you had just got done saying, talking about you need to change the instinct of it. If, say, for example, you get, robbed, that person robbed you, and you didn't, or no, so I'll do it with you, because you're the one who said you wouldn't do it because it's just paper. Chief's getting robbed. You don't fight back, because like you just said, if it's not yours, there's no issue.
Yeah, fuck it. Ain't mine.
Yes. Now, that same person goes to then rob Big Smoke. He already got away with it with you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already learned, I can get this. He fights back, and he loses his life. Either the robber or Big Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you set the precedence to that person that I got away with it once, I might get away with it again.
But so remember that the pre-established precedence is drivers don't carry more than $20.
Yes.
Right.
And I understand that.
So it's there. Yes, there are going to be dangerous individuals that are going to, for the sake of, sometimes even just for the sake of doing it, for the cheap thrills, they will rob you for $20 and risk getting, fucking however long in prison.
Tech made a good point there.
I know he did. He definitely did. I have a strong rebuttal here. Very few people are going to be so hard pressed that they will risk that much, prison time for armed robbery over $20. It's not worth the effort.
True.
Right. So you narrowing it down to the work thing, like I've been trying to do, keeping it focused on the work aspect. As a delivery driver carrying cash on you, you make yourself a less valuable target.
Which you understand that.
And that's what we try to teach and enforce.
But the common thief isn't going to see that as, they only ever carried this much on them.
Even someone that's on drugs,
you met people here.
They will do anything possible to get that next fix. Even they don't care.
Because you got to remember, if the person is willing to rob you for as minimal as $20,
I have a rebuttal as well. So, how many times do you see? Well, give me what you got. You give them a little bit. Well, what else do you got?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they know you're not giving the full amount. You know what I mean? You're just giving a little bit. You always got a phone, a watch,
your car keys.
Give me everything you got. You give them just the money there.
Well, and again,
they're going to want more.
So that's supposed to be, as far as the job goes, that's why they say you leave your phone in the car. Yes, you take your keys with you because you're supposed to lock up your car whenever you're leaving your vehicle. So it's going to be one of those cases of like, if they're going to steal your whole car, again, you're still not supposed to fight back, but it's going to be harder to get away with that.
True. I mean, you have a valid point.
But if somebody's got you at knife point, gun point, whatever the case may be, and they make that demand of you to, give them everything you got. I mean, are you going to? How many people are actually going to be capable of fighting back, anyways? How many people are just already going to be instinctively surrendering?
I'm not saying to fight back. I'm saying that your instinct, the stain that's left on you after the incident, people don't realize what that effect is. They don't get it.
That's true. Yeah,
They
especially
don't get it. I'm
anybody that
not
hasn't
saying.
gone through
I'm
that.
not saying. Big Smoke is definitely not saying for the average player in the world to fight back, because I know that most people can't fight back. They couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. I know that. Is that they never get back to you after the incident. They never do. They just say, hey, it's $20. For you, it's an assault on your psyche. They don't deal with it very well. They don't.
Right. So how do we put this to rest? You know, we are in agreement of, if it's store money, yes, you're gonna have some after effects of the psychological.
That was never an issue. It's store money. Give it up.
Well,
what I'm saying, what my interjection is like, yeah.
Yeah, you're never going to be the same after a robbery, obviously. Like that was never my argument. What were we arguing about? Because I said, just throw the money. You said, don't do that. And that's what set me off.
No, I was just arguing the drive. I just wanted to see how far I could drive that train.
We're an hour into the episode already. It's taking up the forefront of the episode.
That's just the evil that is Big Smoke. I just wanted to see how far we could go.
And we still haven't heard about Tech's week at work. So Tech, how was your week?
Well, we basically, the way that our department runs is on the weekends it's a solo operation for the entire building, which is a monumental task for one person that, you know, I've been told personally, oh, you're just support. You're not meant to run our entire department just by yourself. Like, okay, well, how are these people going to get this stuff? If I'm not supposed to run the department, then you need to bring in another person.
Yeah, where's my help?
Yeah. But, I mean, I can't say that it's all just me. It's me and one other person. They work the day prior to mine on Sundays. But it's wild. Like, I've seen good, I've seen bad, I've seen a lot of in between.
Anything particularly jump out at you this week?
This
coworker
week,
frustrations?
No. We have a small crew, more or less. Just think there's 8 of us, if you consider that small, but we're still in the process of working out the kinks because we just closed down one of the other facilities and everything is now at our building. And we're still running into I say this to my coworkers all the time, it's a workload meets manpower issue. We have more than enough workload. We do not have enough manpower. Mm-hmm. And that issue has been constantly being shoved off topic of, oh, we'll wait until this is done. Oh, we got to get this figured out first, then we'll fix that. Oh, we just got 2 more people. You have enough people. Yeah, well, those 2 people aren't doing my job or anything to my job. So you're not really giving us more people.
Yeah, they're giving more support staff, not specifically in your department.
Exactly.
And I mean, and it's not like, you know, your job is like ours, where it's like, you know, we're filling orders. It's more of a steady, consistent, like, I need to get all of this done. This is what my workload for the week, right?
Yes and no. Like, so here's a typical day for me. I come in, punch in, go to the department, print out all the papers for the count sheets for whatever floor that I'm working. There's 17 individual storerooms that we supply. 17. And that's just between the 3 of us, if not 4 on Wednesdays. So I run more or less 5 departments. My one coworker, she runs about 5 departments. Then one is running 4. It's 2 floors, but it's separated into 8 different sections. And on Wednesdays, the only day where we're all there. So we would go up to a floor, say, like I said, I run through the ER as an example. The ER has 3 storerooms. I'll go up, count each individual storeroom, account for what items are missing, what they need filled, and do a little prediction, more or less, of here's what they're going to need to last them through the next 24 hours, possibly. Because when we leave, the supervisor takes over for the night term. We no longer run an afternoon crew or an overnight crew for the whole hospital.
Is this hard copy or on a computer? Your inventory?
Oh, this is inventory based through the computer system. There is no real bookkeeping as far as, you know, if you're on the 3rd floor, you took out 6 primaries.
Right.
It doesn't reflect to us. We have to visually inspect each department to make sure, okay, you need 50 primaries, your par is 50. Now, a lot of the pars, unless the floors actually go through the process, email and get the PARs increased, some of us have artificially inflated the PARs.
Yeah.
So, for example, one of the floors is supposed to only have 20 primary set tubings,
But they got 35.
and we give them about 40 on a day.
Yeah.
Because for us, depending on how often that is, it's easier for me just to bring you 40 than to have you go through the rigmarole to get it changed.
It's good to know that things don't change very much.
No. They tried switching to a digital system with a button code where they're supposed to badge in and out more or less.
Yeah, because inventory walks away sometimes.
Yes. Like right now with us having all of the equipment for the hospital in-house, aside from getting deliveries from our reps, our inventory is never going to match the quantity that we have. Today we ran into an issue where some items just magically grew legs. And it falls on to us to figure out, okay, did you take this? Did Jolly take it? Maybe Chief took it last night. And it turns into, well, I guess we'll never know, so we're going to chalk that up to some floor has it, we'll figure it out later. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but things in the background that we may not order on an often basis, like, say Chief walks in, he takes 20 of an item that we've never really touched. Like, Jolly doesn't stock it on his floor, Big Smoke don't do it on his floor, and I don't do it in the ER, so you took that 20, it never gets charged out, and you just drain that supply down to it's needing to be refilled.
But you don't
it's
know
not going to get refilled because it's still showing in the system as 20. And we don't have a quartermaster, so to speak, to monitor what does go in and out of our storeroom.
Yeah, I remember being at a hospital that did that in midst of transition. They used to do all hard copy, and all of it was in one central location. He had to go through one quartermaster, and he ticked off the boxes.
Yep.
And then they went computer, they went digital, and then suddenly inventory was up and down, up and down, up and down, because he couldn't keep pace with inventory coming in and going out.
Yeah,
and the numbers were always off, and then he finally just lost his shit, and he was like, okay, it's digital, but you're still going to have to come through me to get it. And then we had this, everybody had a freaking ID code that they had to do for the inventory. And then we got into the cases of people were using other people's ID codes and taking stuff.
Yeah.
And it became a mess. It became a mess.
I mean, we're always going to run into that as an issue at our building, but it doesn't help that it feels like to upper management, at least as far as the supervisors for nursing that take over when I leave at 5, or my coworker leaves at 5 on her days. Like, it doesn't account for them coming down or just a resident. For all I know, I could be speaking out and it's not even a nursing supervisor, it's a resident doing it. And
yeah, that never happened.
like, I've caught residents in our department, looking around with air quotes. Oh, we're just looking at how you guys moved. It's like, okay, you can leave now. Yeah. Like, unless you need something, you can leave.
I used to love using the words, you're not authorized to be in here. The exit is that way.
Yeah, we closed our secondary hospital.
Right.
And that's where all of our supplies came from. So we would have a delivery guy, our driver. He would drive there, get whatever, and bring it back. Which changed the day-to-day from when I started this job to now. Now that everything's in-house, which is 3,500 pieces of individual items of varying quantity.
That you got to keep track of, or that you got to count every day?
Oh, it's a little bit of both. Like we just went through an entire thing where we just got rid of gloves. Something you don't really think too much of. We changed from one style of glove to another. And before that, it was changing out the IV pumps. So because we changed out an entire machine for the IV, it turned to...
You were saying, please continue.
Oh, now I'm trying to remember where I was at.
So 3,500 items you got to keep track of.
Yes.
And the new gloves.
Of course you knew exactly.
Because I paused. And...
Yeah, that's not human.
Meanwhile, I'm the one saying it, and I completely lost it. I mean, it's 3,500 items, like I said, of varying quantities. Obviously we don't have 3,500 sodium solutions It's just that is the grand total of what is in our storeroom and what is supposed to be kept track of based on the quantity. Everything in there has a order point. If it hits a certain number, the system automatically flags it, sends to our reps, and they submit and give us what we need. It comes in on certain days of the week, and this is where I would say that everything gets more and more complex, which didn't need to. Everything comes through, I'll just say it's Cardinal, gives us our supplies. Cardinal makes the delivery on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So every Tuesday and every Thursday, the dock is jam-packed, full of freight that has to be then broken down by two individuals, which are two dock guys. They do an excellent job.
But there's only two of them.
Yes. I'm not saying anything negative to them.
No.
They do an excellent job. Everyone in our department honestly does. It's, like I said, it's a workload meets manpower issue. Like I said, we run the weekends with one-man crew on Saturdays and Sundays. The whole hospital runs at a bare minimum on the weekends.
When most people are, having their accidents and
yes.
doing stupid shit.
And what blows my mind about it is you have one person supplying the entire hospital. I can't be everywhere at once. No one could. I mean, I've told floors, it's going to be a minute. I'm up on the 5th floor. You need something all the way down on the 3rd. I have to go back to my storeroom, find the item that you need, charge you for it, and then bring it to you.
Boy, doesn't that sound familiar? By myself on the inside on a Saturday night from
9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. So, oh, hang on, let me answer this phone call, slap out this pizza, grab that window,
Yep.
catch the ovens, get the drivers out.
Okay.
When you guys have those brief minute between deliveries to help us out.
Hey, I see you when you're doing that. When any boss is doing that, when they're going through the job and we're walking out the door and the phone's ringing and there's orders on the window screen and then there's food in the ovens, and the best thing I can say to you is driver out. I mean,
hey, if I know exactly where you're at, that's more than enough for me.
but it's a logistical nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It is. In reality, it does not make sense.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And it used to be where it did, because we would have at least one person making the food, one person on the ovens directing the whole thing, and we had one person who could answer the phones and answer the window.
10 years ago, we had dedicated CSR positions.
Yeah, we had people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got one person doing all three, and they expect the numbers not to change.
Yes. One man, many hats.
Yeah.
Without changing your metric.
Not even many hats. It's that they want to cut the costs wherever they can, because obviously this is a corporation issue. It's from the top down. They want to cut the costs as much as they can by cutting the labor out and cutting the manpower down. But they don't want they want delivery times dropped. They want load times dropped. So they rearrange the system so that now we can see whenever an order pops up online. Whenever somebody's starting to place the order, if it hits their checkout cart, we can see it on the screen. Mm-hmm. They want us to start making it. The problem is actually a lot of those orders end up falling off the screen because somebody decides, I don't want to pay $50 for 2 pizzas.
They were just seeing how much it's going to run them.
Right. And so now we've either thrown in food that's unnecessary that we don't need for an order, or hope that it drops back in later, or we have to selectively ignore it. And and that's where thankfully averages kind of come into play, because it's like, all right, I can let a couple orders go because I've got 50 orders. If 3 orders go a little bit late, it's not going to completely fuck up the average.
Yeah, but then you got personal managerial skills that get into the way. Some people can handle the chaos, and some people absolutely break down.
Yes, sir.
The chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
immediately prevalent.
Yeah, it's noticeable right away.
And for everybody involved, too.
Yeah. There's the A team, the B team, and the Fugazi team. And when the Fugazi team comes online, everybody then they just try to shut down the hours that they have to work with that team.
Yeah.
You just have to Just buckle down and just keep going. Just keep your head down and keep going.
For a while there, they kept on my Tuesday closes when you guys would both be off, and so I keep getting stuck with so I'm an A team manager and getting stuck with the half B team, half C team. It's like, where the fuck are my guys at? The guys that competent, know what they're doing. No, these are the guys that I gotta like I've got to tell you. All right, pick up that bag, open that bag, put this box in that bag. Put this box in that bag. Close that bag. Put this slip in that bag. Get out the door. Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Get out the door.
Get the fuck out of my face.
but my guys, I train these guys and some of the other guys. I mean, Big Smoke, you've been doing this since before I came in. But these guys know if I'm on the ovens or if I'm running shift, I'm going to bag my orders up. I'm going to put myself out. I got this. Cool. That's one less thing that I got to keep track of and keep on top of. I just got to know when you're coming in the door and going out the door. What deliveries you're taking. Cool. Got it.
They used to love when we get a new person, and the first thing they want to do is they see Chief on the ovens and they see the food coming towards the edge. Must save the pizza. She was like, "No,
I do this
out of my space."
To this
I want to get yellow caution tape on the floor around that space.
To this day, I do that, and he yells at me constantly. I've gotten better.
And I'm also aware that you do it to fuck with me, so I try to.
No, I never do to fuck with you. I honestly try to do it to help you. But I don't realize it.
Well, you know better than to try to touch the food coming out of the oven, though, with your bare hands.
Yeah, but it's going downhill. It's
I will smack it out of the oven. I will remake a sandwich before I have to scrape cheese out of a second-degree burn again.
You did describe that, and I was like, hey,
that's the part that people don't understand. Because like I get it. My reaction may be a little abrupt and abrasive when I say, "No, don't touch that," and it sounds like I'm being ungrateful for their help. Yes. And I feel bad on that part, and I try to make it clear with the communication after that point. But like he said, sometimes there are new people that don't know and haven't run into it yet, and then they're met with my immediate abruptness. And it doesn't get communicated well, because communication is sent and received, right?
Once you
some
figure
people
out
don't
Chief,
receive it well.
Yeah, once you figure out Chief,
And some people aren't around long enough to figure that out.
No.
But that was the whole point.
Case in point, we have a elderly scholar gentleman.
Yes.
I've taken to nicknaming him Socrates in my head because of the very glorious...
Such an honorable name for that person.
I mean, he seems like a pretty genuine guy. He had some attitude issues early on, but I think once he figured out what was going on, then
people stopped talking to him. That's what happened.
Nothing toward the guy. Maybe we call him Socrates. You like that one, huh?
They just let him go there and play with the boxes. That's because that's what he does when he's there.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. So I mean,
and he's really great at it. So I ain't messing with him. Play with the boxes. Yeah. But everything was a fight. Everything was a fight.
Yeah, that first week, it was like, the first 2 weeks.
This is how you do this, man. You don't know me. You don't know me. I'm such and such years old. I've been doing this kind of work for 55 years. You can't tell me. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and for me, he went to try to stop a pizza from falling out the oven. And I'm like, don't touch that. He's like, oh, fine. I just won't help anymore. You ain't got to tell me twice, man. I got you. I understand. I won't help. I'll stay out of the way. I'll stay over here and stay like, bro, you almost touched a 200-degree pizza, with your bare hands.
What was the one night that shit was flying out, and it was just Socrates, me, and Chief, and I was going to catch the oven, whatever, and I was like, you want to get that? He's like, I ain't touching that. You know what I mean? And walked over and started doing his boxes. And I'm like, and I looked around, I'm like, who else is going to do that? Oh, it's me. I did really good, though. I don't like the oven. I like the oven when it's nice and slow. I like it when it's on turtle mode. Mm-hmm. It gets up there to rabbit mode, and I'm like, and I get so like
performance anxiety.
Yeah, but I did really good that night. I'm usually real slow on the rocker or the cutter. I was like, getting it real fast. I was like,
feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. What did I say? You were like, you're one of my competent people here. I need you. I said, did you call me incompetent? He was like, no, I called you competent. And I was like,
it's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
A little crocodile tear came down. I had to wipe it. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Hey, I call it like I see it. If you're doing good, I'm going to compliment you. If you're fucking up, I'm going to tell you you're fucking up. And then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. So you quit fucking up.
I was like, thanks, Dad. He's like, what? I'm like, nothing. Nothing.
Nah, man. like you said earlier, there's not enough people who stay long enough to actually.
I am the only person that has stayed
since he started.
I started, I'm the only one.
Anybody that started after him has quit already.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not a bad luck charm?
No, that's just the nature of the beast.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, anyone that started after I started is also gone.
If anybody's wondering why
That's
everybody's like, I did the spaghetti-o phase. I was like, oh. Or as the kids say, the pog face.
I was mad that I lost a $5 bet because I thought the guy was going to last longer than what he did. I was mad. I'm like, that dude was young. He was fit.
I know, you get confused too. He's like, pay up!
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, wait, fuck, it's me.
Yeah, like, it turns out that the guy that I thought was going to stay, he ended up leaving. The guy that I thought was going to leave ended up staying. I was like,
he left after anyways.
Yeah, he ended up leaving, but not enough for me to get paid.
I agree with Chief. When that night I came in and that face was just, there wasn't a person there. It was just...
Oh, when I was there as a uncaffeinated husk. And
No, remember I was like, you was over smoking. I was like, he don't look good. You know what I mean? And I was that's when I realized I was like, oh, he ain't making it much longer at all.
That's half lidded and just disassociated out.
Yeah.
Boss man was droning.
Yeah.
Boss man yelled at me. A little bit of my own personal gripe for the week.
Uh-oh.
I had made a judgment call. Right, I was going to send a driver out on a good double, but it meant putting one of the deliveries on pause for about 3 minutes. So all it was going to be a 3-minute wait for a perfect double. But he got upset, saying, why are you keeping this delivery when it can just go with this one? And basically sent out a very, very, very subpar double to save that 3 minutes. Like, bro, the next order was coming out in 30 seconds. You're already too late to save it. Why? And then when I was starting to explain my reasoning, he immediately took it as back talk and decided to take it upon himself to start barking at me in a very disrespectful tone, trying to dress me down for it in front of the other staff that was there that day, who were other managers. Yeah. So it was kind of, it very much felt like a power move, yes. Quick little like, I need to take this opportunity to put him in his place real quick. And in the immediate moment, it was very like, I feel some kind of way about this. And most of that night, I kept feeling it. It kept going over and over in my head, like, what the fuck did I do wrong that deserved that? And then afterwards, it's like, okay, clearly I didn't do something bad enough to deserve that. There was more going on his side of things, and I've decided to just let it go.
Oh, hey, you know what this is?
What's that?
He was robbed.
You robbed my dignity.
Something was taken from him, and now he's trying to deal with it on an instinctual level. And you're not letting it go because
No, on the instinctual level was my initial reaction, right? Was the feeling some kind of way about it.
You're still feeling some kind of way.
I'm just talking it out.
What you should have done is do what
I'm expressing the growth that I went through. I'm describing the thought process.
How do you feel about it now?
Like I said, I firmly believe he felt he had other things going on that was beyond just that initial instinct, and miscommunication was on his end. And I no longer feel some kind of way about it.
You wouldn't have them feelings if you just done one on Identity Thief and just chopped around the neck.
You remember whenever you jokingly, playfully swung towards Young Scholar and they were immediately like, yep, no, that's a write-up. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the termination paperwork for you?
No. Little boss is what I did. I swung on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Last night I tried to swing on a Young Scholar, and he instantly grabbed the pizza.
Spiel, yeah.
The spiel was like
the peel, yeah. He tried to grab it. He started pointing. I'm like, and was like he had the serious look on his face. And he had the big giant oversized spatula, and he's pointing it at him. I'm like, let me get my phone out.
World star.
Yeah.
I don't let the kids say that anymore, but
yeah.
I seem like a very put together. I seem like a very nice person, but it takes a lot to get me there. And when I get there, there's nothing. That's what scares me is I don't stop.
But so, Bossman and I have had a couple of conversations where he's described how he handles situations where somebody gets aggressive towards him, and he's an immediate cop collar. And much like Big Smoke is fond of saying, I may not be too delicious for prison, but I don't want to fucking go to prison. So So as much as I really, in the initial moment of getting dressed down and to circle back around, I definitely my initial thought was I'd just punch this motherfucker in the face. He wants to pull a power move on me, put me in my place. I'm going to remind him who he's fucking with. But I don't feel like that's. I wish society was more that way of just immediate direct consequences can be doled out without the reverse consequences. I guess it's like somebody needs to be hit in the face. You should be able to hit them in the face.
Well, look, only law-abiding people go to prison nowadays. More. The more egregious offenders, they just get the jail county and come out in 24 hours. They can handle jail in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not going to jail.
To my point, I'm very placid, but if anything would arise, I like to feel like I'd end up on top on that one. I'd feel like I'd shove young Scholar in the oven and watch him.
Listen, so when they start throwing around words like premeditated.
Yeah. See.
You'll explicitly describe the plan. What you do is you say, I felt anger and aggression.
I'm not saying I did or didn't do this, but this is how I do it if I did or do that.
No.
OJ.
If I had done it.
Yeah. OJ Simpson
fucking kills me, man.
He probably would have killed you. Yeah.
Kind of off topic. I don't know if
it's
you
a murder charge.
Have a topic. What do you mean off topic?
I want you to know that I'm a G.
Oh my God.
All right. Closing points for this episode. Apparently, this is just going to be a shorter workplace bitching episode.
Don't go to prison.
Don't go to prison. If confronted with opposition, chop him in the neck.
Well, clearly, Jambo feels some kind of way about that.
He agrees with me, is what it is. He's a very pro defense. You know what I mean?
No, nobody knows what you fucking mean.
Oh, okay.
He's saying play on the defensive, react defensively, not offensively. Don't initiate, don't start at nothing. Won't be nothing.
Oh, you little.
And if there is something, then respond. Don't.
You got
initiate.
that all out.
Speak jolly.
I need another Red Bull. That's what I need. Good Lord.
All right, folks, that's gonna wrap this one up. If you've somehow managed to stay this far into the episode, please show your support. Follow us on Facebook, Nightwatch Podcast at Facebook. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification button.
For one, you guys are saints.
Show the love on the coffee page. It's ko-fi.com/Nightwatch Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Please.
And we'll catch you on the next shift.
Adios.
Love yous.
See you.
All right. Time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock, and be safe getting home.